welcome back to the next video, and we're still being exhausted, hence the pun. So we're back with this. It was on the car. When it was all tightened up, it felt tight, etc, blah blah blah. Run the car and we've got a blown exhaust, and it is because the flange is not sitting flat. Once all the system's tight, it doesn't sit flat, so it's blowing out the back. So we're just going to take matters into our own hands. We're just going to remake a new downpipe. So the downpipe is off. We're going to take some measurements, take some angles. Then when they cut the flange off it up, and then just make a new pipe so we can get the flange, put the flange on the downpipe from inside the car, get some pipes down there, some fresh pipe, like 45mm bend, something like that, 2-inch pipe, tack those on, make sure it sits right, make the next bit, and then we'll have a nice exhaust. Just take a bit more time doing it. So I'm just going to get the front of the car in the air on the axle stands, get the wheels off, because obviously I'll be ordering tyres soon, so I can get the wheels off, ready to get those tyres done and get the wheels painted, and then we've got a bit more room to get the exhaust done. So let's get on with some more fun. We just picked the tyres up, and like I said, previous video, nice flat sidewall, nice little lip on there just to help fill the wheels up. Nice looking tyre too, pretty good. So that's on there, plop, and then painting time. So we just, again, the reason I'm not doing these before I put the tyres on is there's no point. I don't want to. There's no point. I'm not going to waste time powder coating all these, getting them all immaculate, because at some point, due to the design of the wheel, rust will come through, mainly down that line down there. So that little line sits in there with the wheels well together. At some point that will rust. So I'm not forking out all the money to powder coating for 2-3 years later for that to, or even less than that, to rust through. And the steel wheels, they're pretty simple, they don't need a lot of work. So maxed up the tyre, then we've got the old trick of the cards. Top trumps is the game. Now wedge those down in between the tyre and the rim, nice sealed now, so when you're putting the spray paint down, I've rubbed them all down beforehand. When you're spraying down, don't be afraid to really get it lathered around that the edge, because it allows it to run down and get in the rim. And again, with these wheels, you really want to get it sprayed a lot around that line. So they've gone on quite nice. I'll leave that to dry. I've already primed the rear end of it, the other side of it. So I'll let that dry. I'll put another coat on the front, another on the back, and then we'll put some wheel silver on. I'm doing the same colour as the hubcaps, so I know it's going to match. So let's let that dry. As we can see by my lovely video, we've got glazing in, the last bits. Now this model has got electric windows, which is pretty cool. And I was going to get used electric motor mechanisms. The ones that were on the car are completely seized, so I just binned them. And I thought, well, do I buy another set of old ones, which are, you know, what, 30 years old? But on eBay, I'll show you the link, picture at the end, 55 quid or 56 quid, delivered to the door. From Germany, but came very quick within, what, 3-4 days. As you can see, it works. So for the sake of a good bit of money, fitting, they're perfect, no issues whatsoever with anything bolting up and lining on. What did I have to do? The only thing I had to do was the electric plug that comes with the kit doesn't match up to the one on the body, but it's pretty simple. There's 2 wires to it. You've got your up and your down, so you've got 2 electrical lives inside there, and your switch is like a switched earth, I think. So when you put the switch on, it earths one side of the circuit, which sends the motor down, and vice versa. So all I had to do was just repin that. So I just showed you the other one. I've only done drive side at the moment. So I'd say nothing fancy, just a simple motor. Arms, it's lovely, it's got loads of grease all over it. The plastic bits seem good quality. The motor works, everything lines up like nut holes. I'd say the only thing is that plug is obviously not VW and it won't fit in. So like I say, I just cut the plug off, put 2 terminals on the end there, depinned the plug on the car, and just put the male terminals that I put on here into the female on the car. And hey ho, she's away. So yeah, much chuff with that. For that price as well, bargain. Always worth a punt at something. Like I say, it's not like the window's going to be used up and down 10 million times a day. So in a way, the stuff on his car is recreational use in a way, really. Yeah, so well chuffed with that. One side is in. I'll get on the other side, get that all done in, and that'll be all the glazing in, all the doors are locking. Central locking, I haven't even bothered to look at it yet. I'm not really too fussed on that, to be honest. All I've got to do is get some screen wash hose, get all that through the car, test all that works, and that's all the car done there. Again, we're onto the wheels now. I've adjusted the suspension because this side was sitting touch too low, a bit more than I want, so I've raised it at 5mm, matched to the side. So that's that raised up. Then yeah, again, we're painting the wheels. Got Silver Giant at the moment, looking pretty nice. So that'll get that dry. I'll probably put another coat on that in a minute, and I'll knock it on the head for tonight, and I'll get some clear coat tomorrow at some point. Get some clear coat on there, and then hopefully that'll be one wheel nicely done. I can pop that on, and then that's one wheel done with a tyre, all painted, looking wicked. And then you can see the difference there, like that's silver. I'm just using high coat stuff from the range. Good stuff, cheap as chips, does the job. Remember, the paint doesn't have to be the best in the world, it's the primer, your surface you're putting the paint on. If you've got a rubbish surface, the paint is not going to stick to it. If you rubbed it down nicely, it's all dust free, all grease free, and you've got a decent primer on it, the paint will stick to it. Where's my primer? That's the primer I'm using, Pro Coat stuff. Now I used to like using Screwfix. Don't like using them anymore. Tool Station. Last couple of years it's popped up. That's from Tool Station, 500ml, good quality grey primer, and that was £6. That kind of size in like your Halfords or anywhere else is going to be £3-4 more than that. So yeah, that turned out well. Again, nice and silver. Not so silver. But right, I'll get on with paint and putting the other window in, and then we're going to be so close to actually getting MOT'd today. I was chatting with the guy who does me MOTs, because he popped the tyres on for me, and I was like, dude, it is nearly ready. And he's chuffed because he loves his old school cars. So it's going to be good to get this down there. So I'll stop jabbering and get on. Another bit of work done in the garage. We now have squirters. So as you remember, I forgot to run the tube in all the way through the car. So now we've got screen wash. Nice blue screen wash. Just squirted it and it works. So as you can see, the car's a bit dusty and dirty, but we've got working squirters there. And then we have got working squirters at the back. So that's all the squirters working. What we used was you can see me, there we go. Simple tube from eBay, normal shopping place. This is 6mm inside diameter. Now I measured the actual connectors on the pump and all the squirters, and they are 6.5mm on the highest sort of wedge point. So if it's like 6.5mm, like I said with the tubing, I to vacuum stuff, it's 6.5mm. You want to drop it down 0.5mm so it's got that stretch to seal it on. It all seals nicely. It was slightly awkward getting it through the boot wiring, and if you've ever done the boot wiring, you know it's a nightmare. So it's all in.